Today's video I'm going to show you how to replace a Moen shower valve cartridge. Tools needed are Moen valve puller, flathead and Phillips screwdriver, needle nose pliers, channel lock pliers, or adjustable wrench. Alright, today's project is going to be replacing a Moen shower cartridge. As you can see, it's currently leaking, and that's usually a sign that it's going to be needed to be replaced. So first step will be to shut off the main water. Okay, so after turning off the main water valve, you'll want to open up the valve of the shower to kind of drain out the remaining water. And just let it run out. Okay, so after draining the line, you'll want to use a very small flathead screwdriver. It's got like a little fine point, so you could be able to remove the internal part of the Moen handle here. So you just kind of like work it in and then just go back and forth with it, and it should pop out just like that. And then next we'll remove this. So this is going to be the tools I'm going to be using right here, this Moen combination cartridge puller. It works for the 1225, 1200, and the 1222 Moen cartridges. There are probably cheaper versions of this tool made by other brands such as like Danco. But at this point I didn't have a choice. I had to go with the Moen because that's all they had in stock. And they are a little bit expensive, so there might be cheaper options online, and I'll put links in the description. And then next we have to remove this decorative trim. Please give this video a thumbs up. There's going to be like a little retainer clip right here. I don't know if you can be able to see it. And this is going to pull up, so you'll need a pair of needle nose pliers for that. You just pull directly up. So they do say to make sure to turn this to where you know exactly where you're going to be putting the replacement cartridge, because otherwise you can get it reversed and it'll be pulling the cold on the hot side, so it'll basically reverse the feeds. Alright, so after you remove the retainer clip, you want to pull the stem forward or towards you until it stops. Alright, so you have your Moen tool, the stem puller, and you'll be screwing it like this, and then at the hex nut here you want to loosen that up as well. Because that actually controls the inside of the stem puller nut, which is actually then going to screw into here. Okay, so next you'll want to remove this little ring that's on here, if you happen to have one on your stem. This little retainer clip. I don't know exactly what its purpose is, but it was on there. It needs to come off. Then you unscrew the screw. I don't know if you'll be able to see how far in there, but you're basically retracting this bolt to come back as far as possible, so that way it'll be able to go onto the stem like so. And then you'll start screwing this onto the stem. So I don't know if you saw what I was doing. You'll line these up on the sides right here. And then by screwing onto there, it should be going into the stem, which I could feel that it is. And then next you're going to be tightening down this nut. And that's essentially what's going to be pulling the stem out. So you'll turn it, hand tight, and then you'll need a pair of channel lock pliers. Usually bigger ones will probably work better, but this is what you'll use. So that's what it'll look like when you pull it out. Okay, so after we got it pulled out and removed from the tool, when you do pull it out, you need to make sure on this stem, which is actually different from the one I thought it was going to be. So the one that this actually is the Moen 1200. So when you pull the stem out, you need to make sure you take note of which orientation these seals are. So I pulled it out this way, and so the seal is this way. Because otherwise, if it was on the other side, see how the orientation of the O-ring right here is different from being this way. So that means if you had installed it the wrong way as you did from pulling it out, then that means that you can actually reverse the feed of the hot and cold. So it's important to get it in the same direction as you took it out. You just tell these gaskets or these O-rings here were just completely worn out. I mean, you technically could go and replace these, but I mean, do you want to go through that hassle? I don't. It's better off going new all the way around. Okay, so we're going to put the new cartridge in, and this was the orientation of how I pulled it out. So again, you want to make sure that you know which way you have to put yours back in. Otherwise, when you go to test it, just confirm that on the hot side you're pulling from the hot instead of the cold. Otherwise you have to take it all apart again and switch it. Please give this video a thumbs up. You just kind of push it in, and you can also use the tool that it comes with, as I'll show you. Alright, so this is the little plastic tool that it comes with that sits right on there, and you can use that to push the cartridge in, and as well as turning it. There. So you'll see this part here being flush with the outer ring here. And don't forget to put in that retention clip again. Because if you forget to put this back in, then you have the potential of enough water pressure actually shooting the cartridge out. So you just stick it in like that. Put this little ring on, go. Just gotta shimmy it on a little bit there. Alright, so when putting this cover back on and pushing it in, you want to make sure you have it basically in all the way. I don't know if you can see, like back here. A tip you could use is the screwdriver to help kind of just push it in, like ease it on more. Okay, so just screw the other one in, and we'll put on the handle next. Alright, so now's the time. After putting on the plate, you'll put on the handle. And you'll notice with the handle, there's like two flat grooves in there. And that's exactly where it'll go. These two flat sides right here. They'll go facing up. And screw the screw in. Confirm you can open and close it and turn it. Okay, and then the next step will be to put on the plate again. It just snaps in place, just how you were able to remove it with the screwdriver. It just snaps in. Alright, so have it off. Then the next thing will be to go turn on the water main. Alright, so now I got the water main on. Now's the time to test the cartridge to make sure it works and doesn't leak, as well as making sure you had it on the right side, or hot and cold side. And you may have to give it a few minutes to get the hot water to the faucet, depending on how far it is from your hot water. Okay, it's starting to come out hot now. All right, very good. We got it on the right side. Okay. Sure. Yep. Then turn it off. Just confirm that there's no leaks. Let the shower head do its final drips, and then confirm there's nothing leaking from the stem anymore. And there's not, so that's what solved the problem. Alright, I hope you found this video helpful. If you did, please give me a thumbs up. And please subscribe and comment below. Let me know if this helped you out. I really do appreciate the view. Thank you.